and we will be talking about semi-automatic case erectors. So on the agenda today, we will talk about where to find this on Sigma's website, the definition of this, how and where customers use this in their production line, things you see upstream and downstream, favorite manufacturers that we typically see, industries that this is used in, different benefits and features, and key points when talking to customers and clients. So where to find this on our website. This is going to be under packaging equipment. And then from that, you're going to see that category case erectors, and it's going to be a subcategory semi-automatic case erector. So the category definition. So what this does, it's going to fold those majors and minors and then create the box at the bottom where the operator can fill the product and send it through the case sealer. So this can also be known as case forming stations as well as packing stations. So things that you can find before this equipment, it could be a variety of things. This could be found at the end of a production line, or it could just be for a standalone. So things that you can find, it could be an accumulation table, labelers, encoders, printers. Things that you can find downstream would be case tapers, which you'll typically see, as well as conveyors, palletizers, and stretch wrappers. So location in a production line. This is a full production line where they are actually doing bottles. So as you can see here, it starts with the loading station where the operator is loading the rotary accumulation table. Then it's going to the filler. From that point, the capper where it's being sealed, and the coder where it's putting the lot date codes on it, where it's being labeled, back to the accumulation table where that operator is picking them off and putting the product into the box. So the benefits of a semi-automatic case erector is that it can minimize the manual labor. Lifting products is significantly reduced, resulting in fewer back injuries. So according to the Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics, back injuries of more than 1 million workers account for nearly 20% of all injuries and illnesses in the workplace. So if we can reduce that for a client, that can help significantly. This is ideal for short production runs, and this has a quick case changeover for your large or short boxes. This costs less than fully automatic case erectors. So for your clients that are balling on a budget, I like to call them, they can afford this. And this can also run left and right hand cases. So in our first video, we have a video of the shop. They're actually showing how the case erectors fold those minor and major flaps at the bottom. This is here, the case sealer, as you can see here. Very simple. All right, so in our next video, this is specifically for larger boxes, and it's actually going to have that tilting option that can help with loading the product. So again, limiting that range of motion and helping with not resulting in back injuries.
Teamed up with our Bell 150X. The X series of machines is designed for larger cases. In this case, the 507 is a tilting version of the Bell 505, our highly successful case former. Because this is an XL machine, it's really designed for much larger cases, for taller product, as well as product that you might need to nest into place into the container. So as with all of our case formers, the operator would open the case up from flat push it down into the machine, and the case is held in place for two-hand loading. As I said before, this machine has the case on a tilt, which allows me to easily access and load my product into the case. I get the product nested into place. Once the case is loaded, the operator would tilt the machine up. Because we are dealing with a semi-automatic, it requires the operator to fold the case and present the cubed case to the machine. Once the case has left the 507 tilts back into its original position with this tilt switch right here reading the bottom of the case.
So again, he's not bending over at all, limiting that range of motion. All right, so in this next video, you'll see this is more of what you'll see if it was found at the end of a production line, like I stated in the last previous slide. The operator is pulling the product from the rotary accumulation table and placing them into the box. Kind of shows how it's closing those majors and minors. Gives a good shot right there. All right, so moving on. So typical manufacturers that we see are Wexar Bell, Little David, also as known as Signode, and Highlight Industries, and we also sell those new. So industries that this is used in is virtually every industry. I believe Tyler Mawson gave a great statistic that 80 billion boxes are used per year. So whether this is a high production volume or, this is your mom and pop that just are overcoming their manual operation, this could be a viable option for them. So category takeaways for acquisitions. Does it have an adjustable side guide rails for different boxes? What was the size of the box last used? And does it come with a taper? For sales, this could be, the first step in automation for a company going from a completely manual operation. Again, this is them maybe they just landed a larger contract and, they need a little bit of help with that production. What type of environment are they in? Is it dusty? Is it cold? This could affect what type of case sealer that they get. Case erector. Different sales opportunities. John likes to say add an item. So this is great to pair with case sealers. Always asking, how are you going to seal that box once you've placed the product inside of it? And asking customers about conveyors and accumulation tables as well. For engineering questions, knowing the minimum and maximum length, width, and height of the box that you will be using. Different options to have are casters. Does it have a tilt option or is it wash down? For our equipment listing, we have K9145. This is a new Highlight Industries Magnum case erector. This can do up to 15 cases per minute. This does have the minimum and maximum case sizes, so just be aware of what your customer's case size is to make sure this is the correct unit. And here is a rental unit here. We have R67 593. This is a Bellcore Bell 505 with a Bell 252 case sealing system. Again, this can do up to 15 to 20 cases per minute, and we have the minimum and maximum case sizes for that as well. So category summary, this can minimize manual labor. This could be the first step in automation from a company going from a completely manual operation. This is used in virtually every industry, so somebody out there is looking for this type of equipment, and we currently have these in stock for purchase and for rental. So with that being said, do we have any questions or comments?